Welcome back. In today's video, we're answering the question, do I need to issue a 1099? To who, for how much, and exactly how to e-file your 1099 NECs with the IRS in 2026. I'll cover the rules, the deadlines, the updates, and I'll be showing you a step-by-step tutorial using the easiest and fastest software that I've found for filing 1099s. And that software is also the sponsor of today's video, ZenWorks Tax 1099. And I've been using this software to file 1099s as well as payroll forms like W-2s and 941 forms for over 10 years. And I teach people how to use this software in my programs and courses, and of course here on YouTube. So we are really happy to have them sponsor today's video. Tax 1099 has no subscription fees and they have a minimal price per form. It's some of the cheapest pricing I've seen. They also have a new feature called payments, which allows you to pay your contractors, fill out the W-9 form, and it includes filing your 1099s at the end of the year for free. So if you decide to follow along with me in this video and file your 1099s, then please check out the description and the pinned comment below for my special link so that I get credit for this video. Plus, I have a discount code for you, BFCoach15. If you just want to watch the e-filing tutorial for 1099 NEC, jump ahead to around 9 minutes in this video. Let's jump in and get started. First things first, do I need to issue a 1099? What are the requirements for issuing a 1099 NEC to a contractor? So if you pay anyone to do work for you and you didn't pay them as an employee, which means you withheld taxes as you paid them and paid those taxes to the government. If you didn't do that, then you have to issue them this form because this is called non-employee compensation. The money you paid someone to work for you, not as an employee. Now, because this is taxes, we're gonna have some exceptions to the exceptions. And so first, let's start with the exceptions. One, if the person you hired, if you actually hired their business and not them personally, and their business is taxed as a corporation, S or C Corp, then you do not have to file them a 1099 NEC, unless, here's an exception to the exception, if it was for legal services. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I hired them personally or their business and if they're taxed as a C or S Corp? Well, when you hire someone to work for you, not as an employee, best practice is to have them fill out the W-9 form. In the software that I'm showing you how to use to e-file 1099s, you can also request the W-9 form be filled out through email for your recipients. This is where you're going to get all the information to know if you need to file them a 1099 NEC, and if you do, what information to put on the form, including their social security number or business EIN number. Now, the second exception to having to file the form 1099 NEC is if you paid them with a credit card or another payment settlement entity, as the IRS calls them. And I'll explain what this means with the next common question. What payments require a 1099 NEC? So generally this is going to be cash, checks, and deposits, direct deposits, or any other type of exchange. So most payments to a contractor are going to qualify for this income. However, what payments do not qualify as 1099 NEC? If they send you an invoice and you pay that invoice with a card, bank card or credit card, the bank card being processed like a credit card, then those payments are going through a payment processor and therefore you do not need to file a 1099 for them. Or if you're making a payment like through a website or PayPal and you're entering a card in that manner, you wouldn't need to issue a 1099 NEC for those payments. If you do, it's not the biggest deal, but you don't need to. Just like with this next requirement, do I need to file a 1099 NEC if I paid less than $600? No, you only need to file the form if you paid more than $600 during the year in total. However, you can file the form even if you didn't pay someone that much if you just want to. Now, there is a change for tax year 2026. The threshold is going to be raised to $2,000. So you won't have to file this form for anyone under $2,000. So how do you file the 1099 NEC for contractors? So you do have some options, and I'm going to show you the one I recommend in the second half of this video. But the first option is you can paper file. But I do not recommend this. You have to get special paper with special carbon copies. Plus, starting in 2024, the IRS has a requirement that if you have more than 10 informational forms, you have to e-file anyways. Plus, when you paper file, you also have to include a Form 1096. This is like a cover letter for anyone that remembers faxing. The 1096 form summarizes how many forms you're submitting in paper. You do not use the Form 1096 when you e-file. So the second option, there is a free IRS website called Iris where you can file these forms for free. But honestly, you have to register, and it's kind of a back and forth to get it set up. And I've continued to put off doing that because I've always used the third-party options I'm going to show you today. So the third option is you can hire a CPA or an accountant to do this for you, but honestly, these forms are really simple and you can do this yourself. So then 4, third-party softwares. There are a few handles of these out there, Tax Bandits, Gusto, and I've tried quite a few of them, but I've found Tax 1099, the sponsor of today's video, to be the easiest and fastest option I've used. If you're already using a payroll software like ADP, Gusto, or QuickBooks, they should have an add-on for 1099s, and I would recommend that in that case if you're already using some other payroll software. But if you're not, Tax 1099 is a great way to do one-off filings. When is the 1099 NEC due? The standard due date is by January 31st, following the prior year. However, as for all IRS due dates, if that falls on a weekend or federal holiday, it's moved to the next business day. So for 2025 filing season, that lands on Monday, February 2nd, 2026. When you e-file this, that is the due date for submitting to both the recipient, your contractor, and the IRS. And the software I'm going to show you handles both of that. And for the recipient copy, you can choose to have one mailed to them and or through email. What happens if you don't file by January 31st? The late penalties range from $60 to $340 depending on how late you are. But what happens if you don't ever file Form 1099 NEC? Will the IRS catch it? Well, for intentional disregard, the penalty amount is increased to $680, but with no cap. Also, as a business owner, you get to take the amount you pay your contractors as a business expense, as a deduction on your tax return. If you don't file the 1099 NEC, that amount will be disallowed. Also, a good tax preparer is not going to be willing to file your business tax return if you aren't filing your 1099s. Okay, do I have to file a state version of the 1099? So the general rule is yes, you fill out a form for Fed and then there's a state equivalent. However, there is a special arrangement between the federal IRS and state governments, which many, but not all states participate in. This is called the Combined Federal State Filing Program. If your state participates in this and the software you're using to e-file your 1099s participates in this, then you can simply file with the IRS and it will handle the state. Of course, the software I'm showing you next does participate in this program. Check out my blog post for more details and common questions. Let's jump into the next section and I'll show you around how to do this really quickly and easily in Tax 1099. Check out my link for Tax 1099 in the pinned comment in the description below this video. And I have a discount code for you. You can see the minimal pricing here per form. Click Get Started now to set up your account. Now, when I log in, I'm going to choose between Tax 1099 and Payments. And Payments is the feature I mentioned in the Q&A section of this video for how you can do direct deposit payments through this software. And this software includes working with Tax 1099 to file your 1099s. I'm just going to show you how to file the 1099. So I'm going to click Tax 1099. Now over here on the left-hand side, this is our menu. So I'm going to go to Forms and I'm going to click Create a New Form. And you can see here we have federal forms and state forms and the tax year. And these are all the different forms we can choose from. 1099 NEC is the first option. Now, this screen looks a lot like the form 1099 NEC. And we're just going to, under this single filing, enter the information for each 1099. If you have a lot of forms, you can do a bulk import and follow these instructions to import all of your 1099 NEC data at once. I'm going to do a single filing. So just like on our form, this top left section here is for your information as the payer. This bottom is for the recipient or your independent contractor. And then over here is where we report the amount we paid in box 1, and we have our state information down here. Now you can click Add Payer when you first come in. Once you've added yourself, you will always be here year to year. You won't need to re-add. You can simply select yourself from the drop-down menu and you'll auto-populate here. If you want to edit the payer, you can click here. You can also go directly to payers over here on the left-hand side. Now the same thing goes for the recipients down here. You can add a recipient, edit a current recipient. You can also manage that information over here under recipients. And then I can select from the drop-down menu and it populates. Now we're gonna put our total non-employee compensation for the year, and then it's gonna pull the state name and the same amount based on your address. However, if that state isn't correct, which it's generally where the person is working, you can change it. Now you can click Save and add a new 1099 NEC if you have more to enter, or I'm going to say save and continue since I'm finished. Now we still need to submit these forms, but first from this screen, we can select a few things. So we can view the PDF, edit. Under state filing, if your state is part of that combined federal program I explained, you're not going to have a box here. The IRS is just automatically going to have a version of this filed with the state, and that's true for Hawaii. And I'll include the link for Tax 1099 that references your state situation. So basically, if your state or the state listed on this 1099 NEC participates in the federal combined program, then it's going to automatically be filed when you submit the federal form. If a box shows up like this box under state filing, that means that there's a separate state filing that state requires, and you can check that box and Tax 1099 will file with the state as well. Now, the other big decision you have over here is choosing USPS mail or e-delivery. Now, these boxes under e-delivery are grayed out because I didn't enter an email address. But if you enter an email address, you'll be able to click these boxes, or you can choose US mail. Once I'm finished, we can select all of our entries here and we can click Submit for this payer. You're going to be prompted to make your payment. This is also where you can put my coupon, BF Coach 15, and click Apply to get a percentage off, and set up to make your payment and click Pay Now. After you make your payment, you'll submit the forms for e-file, and then you'll see them under Submitted Forms when you select the payer and the tax year. Now, after you submit the forms, you'll be notified if Fed and or state accepted or rejected the forms. If they're rejected, you'll see them listed under here, and you can make any corrections and then resubmit them. The most common reason that 1099s are rejected is because the EIN number or the social security number and the individual or the name of the business don't match. So that's all for submitting your 1099 NECs. It's very quick and easy. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below this video. Otherwise, check out the description box or the comments below for links to everything I mentioned in this video.